Welcome back to another English online session. Today we are going to look into another topic in writing session, that is speech writing. You are familiar with this speech. You might have participated in elocution competitions. So here, a speech is a formal way of talk that a person delivers to his audience. So you must be very careful about the language, the examples, and it should have the capacity to hold the audience. At the same time, you should not deviate from the topic. Here, we can divide the speech into three parts. The beginning or introduction, and in the content part you are giving the whole details with the examples. You can add interesting quotes, and finally you are concluding the speech with thanking the audience. So you should write the speech as you present it on the stage. As I said, it should have an introduction and content in detail about that particular topic, and the third part is conclusion. So let me tell you these three parts one by one. Shall we start?
As I said earlier, there's speech writing. We can split it into three parts. We can start with the introduction. So the first point you have to keep in mind, you have to greet your audience and introduce the topic you are speaking on. An example has been given to you. Just go through it. So you are starting the speech like you are presenting it on the stage. You should introduce yourself and introduce the topic. The introduction part of speech is the most important part. It is this part which decides the impact of the speech. So how you start the speech decides attracts the audience. Okay. Do not give a separate title for the speech. So when you draft a speech, you should not give a separate title. Keep in mind, as already stated, the occasion of the speech and the nature of the audience. So when you are presenting this speech and who are the people in front of you, you should keep in your mind. When you start the speech, you must address all the special guest and audience. You have to address them, wish them, and you have to start the speech. And another important thing you have to keep in mind, the introduction should not be very lengthy. You should not write a lot in the introduction. Introduction should be brief. Now let me tell you how the content should be. So the main topic should be taken up as quickly as possible. So when immediately after finishing the introduction, you should speak about the main topic or the topic you address. Use concrete terms and tangible examples. You should give very factful or very strong or the example that you should give a concrete example. Concrete here, it should impress the audience, or it should clear to all. Okay, very clear example, legible example you have to give. Avoid abstract phrases. So some ideas, metaphorical usage you have to avoid. And the next point is use simple and familiar language. You are not advised to use jargons or some unfamiliar language. it may confuse the audience, or they may not interest to listen you. So use very simple and familiar language. And you can include a lot of examples, okay, to support your points. You can bring a lot of examples in the content part. Now the conclusion part. Conclusion plays a vital role in the success of speech. You can give your suggestions, your ideas. You should present that. It's like giving your own conclusion on the topic in a telling manner to the audience. So here you can create an impact in the mind of the audience. You should give some suggestions about a problem you have introduced, or generally the topic discussed. And you have to end the speech with writing thank you. So towards the end, after finishing the last line, you should write thank you. You can even use a sentence to thank the audience. This is a way to end a speech.
I hope you understood today's topic. So when you draft a speech in the examination, you should be very careful about the things discussed here. It may asked as a choice of article writing. It has the same mark distribution. Once again, hope you understood the topic. See you in the next class. Bye.